What's going on, Pulsa kids? How are we doing out there in crypto land where it is bloody in them streets? Absolutely brutal. Looks like Pulse Chain could be doing a double bottom. I don't know. Could it go lower? I don't know. Depends on if these guys want to keep smacking the price down, or does it correct somewhere in this area? It's very hard to say. I do like following TA guys who are smarter than me. That's the key. Everything in life I do, guys, I surround guys who are smarter than me about the stuff that I am trying to, basically stuff that I'm interested in, stuff I'm trying to achieve out of life. I want guys around me who are smarter than me. And I watched Pip Sniper stream from yesterday. If you guys haven't watched that, I would recommend watching that. He really dives deep on an analysis of where we're at in the ecosystem, what price targets to the downside we could see in the short term, what price, some of the price targets we could see in the next altcoin season. And he really gives just kind of like an unbiased, unemotional analysis of our ecosystem. And I think anybody who is still here wanting and believing and in more information, right? Getting more information is imperative. I would watch his stream. He's excellent at the TA stuff, like Hans is, and we appreciate these guys because they kind of keep a level head for us investors who don't know these skill sets, like TA and these analysis that these guys do are amazing. And so, there's a lot of people calling for September to be Rectember. It's kind of like the narrative. And then October be Uptober. Who knows if that will stick true? I remember a week ago we had pulled up the data. More Septembers than not have been red months. So it'll be interesting to see if this is a red month coming up. Because if it is, I imagine that would affect our ecosystem too. Maybe not a whole lot. Like, Pip Sniper was saying on the Pulse chain, the bottom should be about 4027. It's like another, like, I don't know, 18% down from here or whatever. But like, yeah. So maybe we see some kind of, bottoming in Rectember and some sideways, depending on what Bitcoin does, guys. I mean, it's hard to say. But if you're still here and you're still believing and you're still DCAing, man, I'm telling you, there's nothing quite like the opportunity that we have right now. And I do want to show you guys the secret chart because that's always what I like to show you guys and keeps my confidence, that we're on the right track. Here, I'll show you guys the secret chart before we start letting people up. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Let me go back to large screen. My deck screener loves to lag when I am streaming. I don't know why that is. It's weird. But this is Ethereum. Well, this is Pulse. This is Pulse measured in Ethereum, and we're still on track. Like, it came down, it hit this kind of like area, this bottoming, I guess, and it's been running like sideways, slightly up to the right ever since, and this is back in, May, end of May, and we're in September. So it'll be interesting to see if we keep this. As you guys know, we are leveraged on Ethereum. And as long as you believe Ethereum is going to go up and to the right during this market cycle, then there's no reason to not believe if this holds true, which right now it is, and it looks great. I love this formation that it's creating. And I'm not even like a TA guy. I know Hans has mentioned it before. Other guys have pointed it out. This is a great formation in measured in ETH. And so let's see if it holds. Let's see if it starts printing some bullish formations like the W or pennants, stuff like that to like get it to break out against ETH. But right now, if we can just hold this trend against ETH, man, I think I think we're okay, guys. I mean, so like go watch Pip Sniper's stream. Like I said from yesterday, he even talks about the correlation of our ecosystem to the Ethereum price chart, and he's expecting some more downward price action on Ethereum, which that's because Grayscale, as you guys know from yesterday, we had Crypto 7 on. And Grayscale has about like another, I don't know, $10 billion in Ethereum that they could sell. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to sell all that, right? Doesn't mean that. But could they sell another couple billion? Yeah, of course, right? Smack the price of ETH down a little bit more. And as long as we hold this trend line, guys, I mean, for me, this price chart is more important than the pulse versus DAI. This is what I care about most. So if this were to break down and saw it falling, to new lows, then that's when maybe like you could start thinking, okay, well, where are we going from here? But right now, this is still, holding all the confidence for me. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. Pulse chain could be going down for a double bottoming. Or it could hold these levels, and I know there's a lot of support in these levels, and then the next one is basically all-time double bottom before we take off. So but let me stop screen sharing there. I just want to show you guys that. And we got Gingerbread Man in the waiting room. Cool, man. What up, brother, man? How are you doing today? Guys, this is Open Mic Friday, by the way. So, like, I got the link in the chat. This is your show, guys. Come on and let's talk anything crypto, anything real estate, anything entrepreneurship. I don't care. Mindset. It could be anything. You touching grass. Whatever you guys want. Like, come on. This is your show. Let's rap. Let's vent. You can vent. That's fine. I get it. Like, we're all getting smacked by the price chart, and yeah, but let's do it, guys. And so Gingerbread,
Corey, what's up, man? How are you?
Blessed, bro. Absolutely blessed.
Tell me this. I've got a question for you.
Sure.
For you. As far as your sentiment, has that changed at all?
100% no. I am still in the same camp as I've always been. The market cycle is showing me that we're right in the place that we're supposed to be. There's nothing that has shifted for me at all. In fact, when I watched that Pip Sniper video from yesterday, it just reconfirmed me. It reconfirmed it. Like, oh, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Like, this is here. And if you could, I get it. Not everyone can afford a DCA right now. Like, there's a lot of guys who are hurting, or they put all their money in, and that's why, like, I always say, hey, go create value in the world, make more money, and that way, like, you could put it in and use crypto's leverage on that, or you can get creative like you have, which has been a very brilliant idea in this time, to be able to get more liquidity and put it in the markets. Man, it's just my sentiment is 100% the same.
Perfect. I feel the same, and that leads me into my story and classic Open Mic Friday story time. Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a company, a new startup company out of Silicon Valley, right? Tech company, classically. The founder decided to drop out of college because he said, this isn't for me. I'm smarter than the professors. So he dropped out, started a tech company. Going really well. Technology's cool. It's interesting. And then the board members, they finally have the secret meeting, and they don't include him, right? They don't include the owner, founder, and anyway, he shows up to the office and they say, what's going on? And the board members say, you're out. It's not happening. We're not moving like we should. Projections are not being hit. You're out. And then it chopped sideways for about 3 years. Surprising. What do you know? Next thing you know, he strolls back in the office and they go crawling back to him and say, hey, you know what? We actually could use your help. And then is born the iPod. And then is born the iPod Touch. And then is born the iPhone and the iPad and the everything, and the MacBook and the MacBook Air and Pro and everything else. And Apple is a mega company. And man, it feels like that's where we are. That Richard Hart was this all awesome, great thing, innovator, amazing first cycle. And everybody's like, Richard's the worst. We're on the board, right? You and I are on the board. Let's get him out of here because it's not working. And then we're going to go crawling back and say, hey, Richard, we actually want you back. We need you so we can see what the next latest thing is. And it's not that I'm dependent, and I don't think our cycle is dependent on him coming back to go, but it
Sure.
wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. And furthermore, one last little point. You've mentioned a bunch of times, like, you got to go check out Crypto 7 stuff. And I haven't until just yesterday or the day before. And he made a really interesting comment in one of his latest streams that somebody had said, I'm waiting for Richard to come back so my bags can pump. And he said, I couldn't disagree more. The market cycle is going to play out. And if Richard is going to be there, it's going to pump our bags more. But if not, it's going to pump regardless. So I'm expecting some pump coming up here. Now, whether that's in October or not, I've got varying opinions.
Who knows?
Whether that's in October or I kind of think maybe Hans had mentioned that we wait and chop sideways till November, December. I kind of feel more like that. I feel a little bit more like that. Whether that happens or not, to be determined. But regardless, my bags are packed, man. And I mentioned last stream that I've 10x my bag. The cool part, man, is I've 10x my bag with half of the creative funding that I found. So I still have another half big fat bullet to put in. So we're looking for another 10x maybe. So maybe we can 100x it. That'd be something significant. We'll see.
That would be absolutely phenomenal, man. And I tell you that there's, the power of buying the bottoms or even close to the bottom. They're not going to be perfect, right? Because you're not going to get the stuff perfect. But like the power of buying these levels, and say you're right, Gingerbread Man, say you got 100x. Then that money you put in there towards the bottom, that particular liquidity is what got the 100x. Not all the other liquidity you put in. All that might get a 10x. It might get a 20x, maybe if you got a little bit deeper. But like that part of your liquidity you put it at the bottom or near the bottom, that's what gets the 100x. And that's what's powerful about getting money in here at these lows. It's so powerful.
And here's the other part of that little story is that I no longer feel like I have to get this gigantic X, 100X to like see a good return. Like I now feel like I don't need this gigantic thing. I can potentially sell a little bit earlier and still be fine, and then sell along the way up and still make a good return. So it just feels good.
100%. We like to tell everybody, build your portfolio in a way that like a 20X changes the trajectory of your life. You want to not have to rely once again, like Richard coming back, right? If Richard came back, it'd be great. It'd pump our bags even more. But what if he doesn't? Okay, we might only get like a 10 to 20X, right? Like we want to be prepared for that. And the only way you can really, build that portfolio in a way where the 20X is impactful or even a 10X is buying these bottoms, man. It's not from the money that you put in the sack. You know what I mean? My 110 grand I put in Paul Sachs sack is gone. Like I consider that
nothing.
It's worth like 10 grand, right? Like it's 10 grand now. Like it's just gone, bro. I had to stack on top of that to get that cost basis down. And so I can realize a 20X and be like, oh, this changes the game, like everything. And is it suck? Yeah, but that's tis his life. Right. Tis his life. Entrepreneurship.
Right, so the other half of the creative funding, I'm just kind of sitting on my hands, honestly. Just sitting on my hands. Like it's just chopping and just waiting.
See what September brings.
Exactly.
A lot of people like to call it wreck timber. We'll see. I don't know if it will or not. It could, but definitely, I love that. You put a bullet in where even if this ain't the bottom, like you're definitely closer to the bottom than you are to the top, right? You put a bullet in. You're like, okay, let's hold half of this and see if we go a little bit lower. I think that's a freaking perfect plan. And then if it doesn't, then maybe somewhere in September you put the other bullet in. Who knows? Where you feel like, okay, it's not going any lower, it's just running sideways, or maybe it's starting to go back up. It's printing some bullish momentum, like a W on the chart or a pennant or something that shows us there's a shift. Maybe them, or maybe it goes lower and you're like, oh, whoa, man, I got an extra 20% more coins now. Looks like this is the bottom. Boom. You know what I mean? And you strike.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm playing. So I put the half of my stacking with the idea that if there's some confirmation and then it goes up, like I'm cool. Like I put it in, I'm great. But if it goes down, I also have more. That I can go get more, which I've never done that in the past. I've always felt this urgency, this like supreme urgency. As soon as I get money on the chain, I gotta buy. I've got to put it in because what if I miss out? And I just, man, my philosophy on investing in crypto has changed so many times. I feel like now I'm like, okay, I just need to be patient. I'm gonna wait. I put my money in. I'm good where I'm at. If it runs, cool. If it doesn't, I'm good with that too. Either way, patience is the key, of course, and that's the hardest part about being an investor, just being patient.
Especially in crypto, because you're like everything's like here and now, and it moves fast. But like the patience is the biggest key to this. If I'd have been more patient throughout this entire launch of Pulse Chain, I would probably have 3, 4, maybe even 5x the bag than I have now. If I'd have just had a little bit more patience. I mean, I'm happy with my bag. Don't get me wrong, but of course, I'd be happier 2, 3, 4 times, right? Like everybody would. And that would have came just from a little bit more patience. And so, yeah, a very, very useful skill set in life. It's actually a good skill set in life in general. And it's definitely a good skill set in crypto.
Well, and those are in the audience that are potentially either whether you're live or catching the replay, go figure out a way to get money. Period. Like, go figure it out. You've got to. Because you're feeling that stress of, oh, like I don't have any more. Like, you got to go figure something else out. And certainly do not sell. Holy cow, you've been through so much pain. Do not stick another knife in yourself. Just wait.
Not in this. Not where we're at in these levels. Now, if you're like to the point where you're spewing toxicity over Twitter and you're throwing hate and just like you're just a cancer now on the ecosystem because you're in so much pain, then like we don't need you to get out, right? Like, but that's because you're just didn't have the right mindset. Like I tell everybody here, you need to become a millionaire here and here first before you become a millionaire here, and that's part of the game. And so you just weren't ready for this game if you're on Twitter doing that. So love it, man. Gingerbread Man, you're gonna kill it this cycle. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you and watch you ride this freaking wave up, man. So,
well, it's a big shout out to you and Dane and the DeFi Crypto Alliance investing group. So if y'all aren't in there, goodness gracious, go throw your hat in the ring. It is absolutely worth it. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll put myself on mute. I'm sure Norbert has something he wants to say.
Norbert's the man. He's the man. What's going on?
Now you put
you're breaking up
on me after this beautiful start. What else I can? Oh, can you hear me now?
Okay, you're catching up. Yeah, the stream is like you're good now. It's just it was playing slow.
Okay. Ginger, now you put the big pressure on me after this beautiful start, man. What else I can say? What smart things I have in my drawer to pull it out. Yeah, you said it really well, man. It's like, but at least you can come up with ideas, like something like that instead of, because I'm sure several people are at the moment disappointed, bitter and sour, like, bitter and sour, but, we shouldn't be. I watched a gentleman yesterday, and is connected to the points which both of you mentioned, actually, that he, throughout the years, learned that as a person, as an investor, you have to become better. And he follows this 1% a day, becoming better with things incrementally, small increments.
Yep.
Because we have to become better person to make better decisions. If we messing up in our life, making bad decisions, then our financial decisions is gonna reflect that. What kind of people we are, what kind of person we are. But going to your point, Corey, please don't say this, that like you should have waited longer. Man, it was a no-brainer opportunity that came into your way to say, here is a new chain coming out. Normally layer ones, new chains, something is related to a person who extremely successful and smart as well. Of course you want in, and according to your wealth, you positioned yourself pretty well. Shooting the bullets as we were going is
sure.
Who knows, like how deep we're gonna go. And then these days, you watch every market and some news comes out, and then sometimes it doesn't even make sense. The number, what they indicate or estimate, the same number comes out, like job claims or, like whatever, all these PCE data. And then the market does completely the opposite, what everyone was expected from that numbers. And imagine that with crypto is even more, because here, if someone is saying something negative about Richard, then all these not so successful people, if I may say nicely, they might join in that conversation and say, yeah, it's doing nothing, this chain. Man, this chain is extremely stable and reliable. For me as an investor, stability, reliability, and even looking around the ecosystem itself, what kind of people we have. Majority of the people are smart individuals, trying to build things. So it's a good place to be, in my opinion.
I had a couple builders on this week. This week, we had a couple builders come on the stream. There's still people building. There's still community. There's still people rallying around the flag and pushing this chain through this bloody bear market. In fact, I want to comment on this. RBTC says dead chain. I would encourage you, RBTC, to go look at AVAX. Go look at Phantom. Go look at Ethereum. Ethereum is a dead chain right now. Like, go look at the gas fee on Ethereum. I paid 0.6 last night, 0.6 of a GUI, because Ethereum is a dead chain. Is it really a dead chain, though? And is Paul's chain a dead chain? It's not, man. Peel back the curtain. Look what's really going on. Don't let price dictate your emotion 100% of the time. I know it can't all the time. You're going to get that. Like, I get it too. Like, I go to the price, like, man, this sucks. Like, why can't something happen? I get it. But man, once again, you have to be in the right mental state and take a step back and look at the greater picture. You can look at the greater picture, where we're at in the cycle. Where are we at in the cycle? Where we're at in the cycles, everything is getting smashed. Everything. It's not just us. Look at everything. That's where you're at. You're in crypto. If you don't like the volatility, you can go buy stocks, bonds, or even better, buy real estate. That's why I like real estate. Real estate's very stable. You don't have any big, pullbacks. A 20% pullback in the real estate. It's like, oh my God, the world's falling apart. Like, people think like the end is near if you get a 20% pullback in real estate. Same thing. You're not going to get like the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10x either, unless you're flipping houses. You can get like a 2 or 3x on your money, which I was doing for quite a while. But a lot of work, a lot of pain in the ass, a lot of lawsuits, a lot of everything, a lot of contractors taking your money. Sucks ass. But it's a great way to make money. It really is, even with all the negatives. So that's my opinion on it, man.
Real quick before Norbert jumps back in. RBTC, mark this date on your calendar. August 30th, 2024. You're going to look back and you're going to regret that you didn't go in more. Mark my words.
It's 100% true. And you're right, man. No, it's not the problem. It's just we're at in the cycle. Only the diehards are here right now. Only the guys who are like been around for a cycle or two, people who know DeFi. There's no retail anywhere right now. Once again, go look at Ethereum. Is retail on Ethereum? Hell no. Are they in AVAX? Hell no. Are they in Phantom? Hell no, they're not. All those price charts are demolished. Everywhere it's demolished. It might be a little bit in Bitcoin, but even Bitcoin's getting crushed. It can't get out of that channel. Like, it's just not here. It's everywhere, man. It's just where we're at. And I'll tell you, we pumped harder than AVAX and Phantom in the pre-altcoin season, pre-Bitcoin halving. We pumped harder. We ran up with everyone else, and we went harder. The only one that beat us was Solana, besides some other like gaming tokens and AI tokens. And I'm talking about actual layer ones, right? Go look at the price charts, man. Compare them. Pulse Chain did a 5x on that pre-Bitcoin halving pump. PulseX did a 7 to 9x. The freaking Incentive token did like a 17x. Like, dude, that's not a dead chain. And you can say, oh, well, that's Richard Hart pumping it. Don't matter. It went up with the cycle. It went up on cue with the cycle. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. So once again, you just got to put the pieces of the puzzle together. You got to look, you got to step back and see the greater picture.
And even
go ahead, Norbert.
No, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
No, I'm finished. You go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. if I may say to Mr. RBTC, just two things. When you look at something and you don't find it attractive or a good investment, then just leave it alone. Number one. If you are in it and you're saying that we don't have new investors coming in, commenting that we are a dead chain, then no one's gonna come in because you're a negative marketing. Like, so if you cannot contribute and create positive message or onboard or whatever, then just leave it alone. Sell your bags and buy some S&P 500. And some people are telling me, oh yeah, but the S&P 500, it gives you 10% a year. And I'm like, okay, mate, but have you heard about inflation? Inflation is about what they telling us is about. They say it's 3. And then, in my opinion, it's more like between 10 to 30% inflation every year. So even if you put your money in an S&P 500, you break even. So what's the point for me to risk my money to give it to a broker or put it somewhere which is gonna break even by the end? It doesn't make any financial sense, in my opinion, to do so. Maybe if you have like gazillions, and then some of it you're like, yeah, okay, I just all I want is to break even, then yeah, fine. Or you can also do a dollar cost average with these S&P 500s as well. Wait for like big drops and then get in. And then your 10% a year can multiply more because you always get in at a better price. Doesn't matter even if you're getting in at a higher price, because we don't know. Like it's so much. And then going to your point as well, it's so much uncertainty at the moment, even in the normal. Because now I moved a little bit away from crypto. Like I said, I put in a significant chunk of money. I don't want to put in more money. I'm just doing my stakes. I'm doing my, I'm still with 9inch. I'm still on BBC token. I'm doing my hadrons and all these things. And that's another thing, man. When we have these mastermind courses, man, new tokens coming left, right, and center. And I'm like, guys, I'm kind of old school. I'm still in like, what about Hedron? Like, what about Icosa? All these things. I'm still on that level. I'm not. It's hard to follow up the things. But what I wanted to say is that even on the normal financial market at the moment, if I remember well, I hope I remember well, about $6 trillion is on the sideline. Still undecisive what to do with that money. Should I put a bit more into Bitcoin? Is it gonna go lower? All the S&P, the Dow Jones, and all these things are touching all-time highs. I don't really want to get in at all-time highs. So there's a lot of money on the sideline, but we need that positivity and robust ecosystem. And like I said, if you want to get in and row on the boat, then please do so by all means. Obviously, I could do way much more as well than what I'm doing right now. But here and there, I comment on things. I share videos. I talk to friends. I help them out. They tell me, hey, what should I do with this one? And then without giving any financial advice, I say, maybe you could look into this and that. Yeah, that's.
I mean, you got three options, right?
So please don't give up RBTC. Or if you want to give up, just sell and then leave.
Yeah, I think RBTC, he's all right. He says, I'm not negative. Keep believing. I can't sell now, I'll lose everything. But M. Rocky here, he seems like he's pretty in the kind of camp of giving up. So let me talk about this. You have three options. One, you're a believer and you see the greater picture and you're still DCAing in and you're beating the drum and doing everything you can to, like you said, really positive. Two, you're out of liquidity and that's fine. You're still beating the drum. You see the greater picture. And so you don't dollar cost average in, but you hold your bags, even though they're down, you're holding your bags through this bear market lull in between altcoin seasons. The third option is sell. And if for your mental state of being and greater for you as a person, if you sell, that's fine. But exit, meaning stop watching the streams. M. Rocky, sell and stop watching the streams. Stop going on Twitter. Stop talking about crypto. Stop, or if you're in, maybe you sell and you go into Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, then let's talk about that and start watching guys who stream about Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like, if you sell, exit, get out. Get out. Why are you even here? Like, why are you even watching the stream? Why are you on Twitter? Why are you integrating in the community? If you sell, why have that toxicity in your head? Just get the fuck out. If you sell, get out literally. Stop talking with any of the community members. You believe it's a dead chain. You believe it's over. Why talk to people? Why even be around? Like, that just fucks you up in the head more. Your own sanity. Like, go out and build a business and do something productive in life. Sitting around and being toxic after you sold is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life. If I sold, I would not be streaming here today. I'd be out doing something else productive in my life. That's the difference where I don't understand you. Some of you guys, most of you guys don't do this, but like, if you sold, you don't believe, get the fuck out and stop talking to us. Just get out, like completely out. Stop watching streams. Stop commenting. Stop getting on Twitter. Stop everything. That's the way it should be, because it's just fucking you up in the head even worse, making you more toxic, making you a worse person. That's it. That's it. I'm here still because the streams are good and you guys give good education. What's up, Paul Sachs? How you doing, brother, man? How you doing, man? I'm done ranting right now.
Bro, you're cooking. Keep going. I'm just
we need your positive energy, Paul. Come on. But it's just good, you let it out, and then you said the right thing there, Tori. So
it's so good. No, like I completely agree. Actually, no. I took a different point on that. I want them to stay around. Stick around. Sell, but stick around. Keep watching.
It's
because you're the person going to
though.
buy back in. You're going to buy back in higher. They're the people
you
buying
will,
back in higher.
It's all the way bad for them. All the way around bad for them as a person, like their mental state, their financial state. It just F's them up even worse.
Yeah, well, they're probably cycle one. Unfortunately, this is people that haven't been through the cycle, that don't understand the psychology. That's all this shit is. And if you continue to just focus on this stuff nonstop 24/7, it messes with you. It will.
Does.
If you don't ever take time off, it will turn you toxic. Next thing you know, you're making posts that are not beneficial to anybody. You're just ranting. You're just putting negative shit out there. So,
yeah, why would I spend my time living in a toxic world where it's like, if I really believe this ecosystem is going to make it, like, I'm going to cut my ties. I'm not going to attach myself to the losses. I'm going to move on with my life. I'm going to go and do something else, whether it's build a business. Maybe I'm investing in other ecosystems. Maybe I'm leaving crypto altogether. Maybe now I'm a stock guy. I don't know, whatever it is. Real estate's great. Real estate's a great asset class. I love real estate. You go do that. Like I say, you don't get crushed 70, 99%. It doesn't happen in real estate.
Not exciting though.
But it's not a side note. You don't get rich fast in real estate. It's a wealth preservation tool. It's not a wealth creation tool, in my opinion. And it's a great preservation of wealth. But you're not going to make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x in real estate.
Who in real estate doing a Friday?
Behavior too, right? It's classic behavior. You sell on the red candles, you buy the green. And you get pissed off when it's red, and you're excited when it's green, and you struggle to stay in the game. So I was going to say exactly what Paul said, that it's just their first cycle coiners instead of no coiners, basically no coiners, and just haven't learned the game. And that's fine. That's fine. Stick around, buy my bags. I'm cool with it. Sell, I'll buy yours, and then come back in, and I could sell on you, and you could buy mine. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool.
The entertainment. It's just that, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything in real estate that does a community stream like this once a week.
Not so much in like the flipping arena. There kind of is. There's a community around there, but and there's masterminds you could join for, like, but now there's it's a completely different feel, man. There's nothing like the crypto community that we have here in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, man. It blows my mind sometimes. It does. And so, yeah.
Just somebody being a community troll. You see what Creative Crypto said there.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously he probably was a believer at one point in time, and I get it. Like, you look at the price chart and it's demolished, and maybe you put in another 10K 2 weeks ago, and now it's down like another 20, 30%. It's like, like you're just, I get it, man. I get it. And
Are you talking about yourself? You sound like you're talking about yourself.
Dude, I'm getting ready to put another bullet in the next week or the week after, so I'm okay. I'm just gonna keep putting bullets in. It sucks and it hurts. I just keep putting bullets in, though, man. I'm just like, I got to dig up some more money and put. And you got to go out there and make more money, right? That's the key. And that's what a lot of people like. They get toxic. I'll tell you, when you put a bullet in, like say I were to buy today, I would feel so much better because now I bought this like recent dip. Yeah, I could keep dipping and then I start feeling like shit again, but then I buy again and I feel better again because like, okay, I bought that low. It's gotten to that point where it's like, I would love it if I can catch one of my bullets on the bottom. I would love that.
We should have had freaking Norbert there onboard whoever he's talking to.
Yeah,
come on, champagne. No, we're judged by the haters. Unfortunately, that's how you're judged. So at least if we don't have any haters, then I'm getting more concerned. And the price isn't pumping, I'm getting really concerned then.
Yeah. Yeah. So. If we didn't pump in that first little altcoin season when everything else caught a bid, I'd be like, they were dead during that time. It would concern me, but we did, man. We caught an awesome pump. People misjudge it because they're like they measure from the SAC price, and I've said it on the show so many times. The SAC price is negated; it's gone. You guys have plenty of time to buy the lows. That SAC price is out the window. Like, look, guys, I put 110 grand in PulseX sacrifice. That shit's worth like 10 grand. If I don't even know, maybe not even that. It's like that's gone. That's gone. That money's gone. Like I have to put new money in these lows because that price is negated. It's out the door. Like you have to reestablish your portfolio down here in these lows if you want to experience the 20x, the experience the 40x, the 50x, whatever we get. It's based off the low. It's not based off the SAC price. So I tell people like, oh yeah, we did a 5x. Pulsechain did a 5x in that little mini alt season. They're like, what? Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. Off the lows, not off a SAC price. Like, quit judging SAC price. It's not there no more. It's gone. It sucks.
Your 100K, depending on the bonus, is worth about $16,600. So,
yeah, I think I got. God, what did I? I did get a bonus, which was nice. I mean, it got it down some. I didn't pay I think I paid 4 zeros and a 7. If I remember right, it's somewhere around that price. And so we're like 4 zeros, 1.7 right now.
You're still 50% over 50% under that. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, man. And I have to put more money in if I want to get that cost basis down, and I really want to realize the gains from the bottom. It's the only way. Like So yeah, that's that. And Crypto 7. If you guys didn't watch that show yesterday, go back and watch that show. It was fire. He had a lot of data points that he was talking about. He was pointing to NVIDIA showed price earnings up over expected, which man, that's cool. That's good because NVIDIA is one of the big ones that's kind of carrying us through like this bear market, right? NVIDIA, Apple. Oh man, look at this. We got a special guest on today. What up, bro, man?
What up,
Mr. Money Gang Crypto himself in the house.
What's up, man? How's it going?
You doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Blessed, man. Blessed every single day.
Nice. Looks like you're in heaven, nice noise, and sunny.
Yeah.
You're good,
man. How are we feeling about the prices, guys? What's been happening? Norbert's here as well.
I'm all right, man. I'm about to do a DCA. I'm thinking next week. I'm like trying to time it. I would love to get, man, Money Gang, if I can just get one bullet in at the bottom, just one. Give me one, like just one good chunk of money there at the bottom. I'd be happy as shit, dude.
Dylan's still learning how to use the chat.
Dylan, it's there, man. It's there. Come up, man. I got about 20 minutes left of the stream.
I got the biggest bottom signal today. I've done a video on it. I'll tell you the message. I'm not going to tell you who it's from, but I had a message come into my inbox. It's like, hey, Money Gang Crypto, hope you're well. Quick question, want your take on this. I sacrificed quite a lot for PulseX, a little bit for Pulsechain. what do you see from the SAC rate? I'm not sure if I should sell them at a loss and invest in other coins or keep them. I know they are obviously just speculating here, but you know this space far better than I do. Interested in what you think. That is like you know, I don't know. I'm looking at the pulse price and I'm like, I got a DCA coming up as well in the next week or so.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
exactly.
damn, this is like I can't go to and buy something on Phantom. I can't go and buy something on BNB. I can't go and buy something on Solana. Like, it's too low. It's too damn low for me. Like, particularly Pulse, I'm saying, like, it's way close to the all-time low. I have to buy. And this is just from speculation. Like, let's just say it goes back up to SAC rate. Let's say it goes back to its all-time high. I think realistically it could go back to 3029. That's what, almost a 10x? I don't know. From
right, because you're measuring from the bottom. The problem with the guy in your tweet there, or the guy who messaged you, is measuring from SAC price, which I've said it so many times on the show that SAC price is negated. It's gone.
Yes.
It's gone. You bought the top. Okay, you bought the top. Or maybe it wasn't the top, but close enough, right? Like, live and learn. And if you want to make the gains, you got to buy the bottom. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sucks. Yeah, it sucks, but you're also in crypto.
Yeah, the SAC rate at this point, it's for the normies, everybody that tossed a lottery ticket in one time and moved on with their lives.
Moved on with their lives, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they're not going to experience the outlandish gains. They're not going to get even the 10x, maybe. They're definitely going to get the 20, 40, 50x. You have to be in that bottom. It is the only way you're going to get anything close to that. Like, from SAC price, man. Like I said, guys, I threw 110 grand in at the SAC for Pulse Sec. It's like fucking, that money's gone, man. Bye. Somebody is gone, dude.
Shout out to Rackham. He's taking your SAC.
Yeah, right. At least he got a bigger bonus, a well bonus than I did. He should have like down there at like, I don't know, 406 or 5 or something like that. Mine was like 4 zeros and a 7 on Pulse X. So like Paul Sack says, I'm probably worth. I think it's worth, what you said is worth about 13 grand right now.
I said 16.6, but yeah, I mean,
it's
definitely at least. Yeah.
All right. I'll take it. So 110 minus 16. That's what is that? 94 grand gone.
It's one way to turn 100,000 in the price of a used Mustang.
I literally traded my a brand new C8 Corvette into a freaking Mazda.
So I've been trading though, man. I've been a little degen and I've still done all right. You know, I called a play and it did 90x. So
good.
But then it goes against, you know, Richard's core principles. Like, traders get wrecked and you know, holders win in the long term. And it's like, well, maybe it will pay off in the future, but you know, I think a lot of people are going to be like, yeah,
just don't get greedy, man. Get a few hits that make you some money, and just don't get greedy with it, and you'll probably be okay. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's the guys who are out there getting greedy, and you know, it's me. I'm just DCAing, man. I'm holding. My last like 3 or 4 DCAs have just been in the blue chips. Like, that's it. Like, I've got a bigger hex bags now. I got bigger pulse bags now. I got bigger pulse X bags now. I mean, I'll continue doing it, man. I mean, I see the greater picture though. What's up, Dylan? What's going on, bro? How you doing?
What's going on, sir? How's it down there on Island?
It's good, man. It's good. It sucked on Saturday, dude. We went 20 hours. We went 20 hours, no power, no water.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that sucked.
Just randomly, no storm or nothing.
No, well, we had a small hurricane like week and a half, 2 weeks ago. It was between Cat 1, Cat 2, came through the island. We were good, but it caused damage to the electrical transfer station. And so they've been shutting that thing down and doing the repairs to it. Like, the power didn't go out during the hurricane, but then we had to suffer afterwards because of the hurricane. Oh man,
sucks, man.
Money Game looks like you, bro. Dylan.
I thought Dylan's here. I thought, you know what? I get the Gucci glasses on. I get the Gucci.
Yeah, I saw that.
Gucci top on. Every single time I saw you reply to 6ix9ine, and it was like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, Hex did this for me, bruh. So you're in the Gucci top with those Gucci tracksuits. I was like,
that already passed. I ain't seen nothing on that in a while, in a few days.
There you go. There you go. There's the Gucci. We're all Gucci here.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking yeah.
Cave Crypto's in. Just should show this token.
What's your thoughts right now, Dylan? How you feel?
Seems like a lot of the OGs are just falling one by one, you know, they're just ticking away. So
I've noticed even you know, one of your guys' friends, and I won't mention his name, anything on Twitter that you guys are kind of close with. He has gotten so toxic and so like budding on Twitter, like he's just like, oh my God, bro, like get the fuck out, just get out, dude. Like, why you here? Like it's like everywhere on Twitter commenting anti-RA stuff, anti-Evan. It's like, dude, you're so miserable. If you're literally that miserable inside, like, why be here? I just like, there's so many. Life is so big, man. Go out. There's so much stuff you can do, right? You know, it's just crazy to me, man. It's wild to me. But yeah, I've noticed it too. I've seen it, and yeah, I mean, maybe those guys come back in later, maybe not. Who knows? You know, they're selling right now. That's nuts. I would not sell this price chart. It's disgusting to sell.
It looks pretty structured too. You know, you look at, you know, it's the same type of return every day, you know, negative 3-4% per day for the past, I guess, week or so, a week and a half. So it's pretty wild in our ecosystem, right? I mean, do we all think ETH is going to die? No, right? Like, we're just at the lull, you know? So, yeah. Hope it goes back up pretty quick, but probably won't. So, take your time, I guess. That's what I would say. I don't know, you know? It's just one
thing.
Yeah, so Hex didn't launch this in that sort of part of the cycle that kind of Pulse Chain launched at, right? Hex kind of launched near the bottom or around it, you know, and last cycle, or yeah. Whereas now, you know, we saw the Bitcoin all-time high in the front of the halving, which is unusual, and now we're getting that dump after the halving before we get a run up, and you know, I mean, it's pretty grim right now, but you know, keep your heads up, you know, keep a strong chin. Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat. We all buy a lot higher than here, so it's just one of those things, man. You know,
I know I'm
kind of got to button down, and yeah, just kind of got to button down and do your own thing and try and bring more capital in, and you know, survive, I guess.
That's it, man. That's it. And if you don't have more capital to bring in, go figure out how to create value in the world to make more capital, and then you're able to bring that in, or get creative like how Gingerbread Man did here. He got real creative and was able to tap into a bulk of liquidity that he put into here in the bottoms. But there's ways, man. I mean, there's ways to get money, and there's things that you could do. You know, we dove deep on Monday's show about building a business, and I'm gonna start talking about that kind of stuff a lot more often, especially as long as we stay in these lows. Like, guys, go create a business right now, create other revenue streams, and then you can put that money in at the bottom. And now you're using crypto as leverage on your business. Like, it's, oh my gosh, right now it's an amazing opportunity in my opinion. But yeah, me let Norbert back. There we go. Sorry about that, Norbert. StreamYard has this new dark mode, and I'm playing with it, and like the problem with it is when I see people come in the green room, for the dark mode, I can't see them. Like, I have to go down there and really look. They're almost like blurred out.
No, it's my internet as well. Is it come and goes? Sorry about that, guys.
That's so good, man.
How's the you don't have to give the full picture, Dylan, but what are you seeing like as far as like money coming over the bridge, money going out of the bridge? Obviously, it's probably still a net negative right now, but are you seeing it slow down? Are you seeing it like what is your thoughts around that right there? Because usually that's a good indication of what's
right now. All I've been seeing is just arbitrage going back and forth over the bridge, and they're kind of just stabilizing ETH price as far as I can see, or I'm guessing, right?
Overall pulse chain, they're stabilizing ETH price because
because So there's just this one wallet that I'm aware of that arbitrages, and I just see him going back and forth on the bridge. And as far as inflows go, I really don't see any. I haven't seen any in like a month and a half, really, anything significant. I see money leaving every other week, over 6 figs. So we were at $100 million over the bridge last month. Now we're at 86. And I think a lot of that has to do with ETH price going down because there's a lot of ETH on the bridge. But there is money leaving still. So, it just is what it is. It is what it is.
It's net negative. So what was the, if you remember, like what was the all-time low? Wasn't it around 70 million or something like that around
60 something, like
60
mid, like 65 or something like that. Yeah.
We're talking about
around, and that was like after SEC FUD, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was before
40,
we got the
42.
big pump. That was in December.
Yep, right.
It went down to 42.
42 million. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really?
I thought. You're talking about just stables, right?
Well, this site, this site here gives, this is just stables. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole bridge was around 60, 65 ish.
Yeah, total.
Okay.
So
it depends on which site you're looking at. I don't know how some of them are compiling data because they're not giving the same results. But yeah.
But
Rizology man, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Howdy. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, coming in at the top of the hour almost, bro. Trying to call
top of the hour.
Trying to call the top.
I would just say, guys, we still have another year to go. So anyone that thinks that, this is it, this is the end, people just don't understand the 4-year cycles, I guess. And we have a whole nother year to go. So
yeah, it's a lot of time left in the market.
But with that said, I really do think that in November, we're going to get a really big pump. And then it's going to cool down a little bit. And everyone's going to be like, God damn it, that was the top. And then at the end of 25 is when we get the real top.
Yeah, elections is going to be exciting. Yeah, that's usually when, that's when the star batter comes up to bat and, shit starts happening.
It'd be really exciting if a certain somebody can get in office. That's for sure.
just like that old stat when they said people voting, gas prices. If gas prices are high, usually that affects people's moods. I think the same thing here with crypto. There'll be a good injection of liquidity here sometime in October to make people feel good when they go to vote.
The question is that after the election, are we going to be tossed to the side like a bunch of crypto whores, or are they going to keep catering to us?
I think it'll be a little
like
of both.
I want to be some politician's side chick. I want to be the politician's main chick. All right.
They only want to tell you what you want to hear, right? Like, and maybe they make good on some of those promises or some of those deals that they were talking about, and that'd be great. But don't count on it, right? But that doesn't mean that you won't see a massive relief rally because those promises that they talked about, and if they get in office. So, like you said, Rizology, having a really big pump up, and then it would cool down for a while going into 2025. We need freaking ETH, man. ETH is just like getting demolished, man. Freaking Grayscale. I think 7 was on here yesterday. I think he says like 10 billion or something they still have like that they could sell or something stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the ETF flows. They went BlackRock went from the 21st all the way to the 27th, didn't buy a single ETH. So yeah, everything.
Why would they if Grayscale's going to just keep dumping on their heads?
Vast majority of the days have been read as a sell off from Grayscale. So
I mean, if I was BlackRock and I had all those investors, like I'm gonna be like, man, these guys, they need to exit before I start buying again. Like
I'm not so sure about that data, man.
Give me the facts.
Well, the reason why I say that, I think Vitalik was selling predominantly, and
he was.
Selling. But like when I look at the outflows, I mean, Grayscale did $5 million of outflows yesterday, which is fucking nothing. Excuse my language, but yeah, it's not that much. And then the day before that was 3.8 mil, but that was a price positive day because the other ETFs put in a bit. It's slowing down, in my personal opinion. It's definitely slowing down. Like 23rd, 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th have all been less than 10 mil that's come out of Grayscale's product. Yeah, I'm just looking at I'll send the table here. You guys can have a look at it and just see the data.
It's forming a rounding bottom. Kind of like Paul's chain.
Well, yeah. I said 30 plus days. You have to give at least 30 days if you're looking at it from like.
Are we 30 days in since the ETF?
Started on 12th.
I think we're getting close.
No, it was 23rd of July.
Yeah.
No,
23rd.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, so we're just over 40 days.
40 days.
Yeah.
37 days or so. Yeah.
No, hold on. When was the ETH?
Started 23rd of July.
23rd of July, but then you have to take into account how many days of actual trading days in that period of time, because they trade Monday to Friday. They don't trade Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
True.
But again, there has been sales from the ETH Foundation. Vitalik's been selling as well, so that doesn't help the price of ETH at all.
No.
And also, if I can jump in for a second, because it's a good topic we reached. And by the way, hello Dylan, hello Brice, hello Stefan. Couldn't say hello properly to you guys.
Hi,
two things. Number one, like I said earlier, I'm not sure if you heard it, Stefan and Dylan and Brice, that about $6 trillion is on the sideline on the overall financial market. And one really smart guy in London was always saying that he was on the floor on these big trading companies. He was working with his father when they had to write things down on paper and go to the main guy in the hall, to give him the order. Hey, buy this for me or sell this for me. And he was saying that the big guys, they look at everything as, okay, right now the price is here. Is it representing a good value for money? Do I want to get in at this thing? They're not looking at charts and trend lines and Fibonacci's and shit like that. They forget that. They just look at it like, is it a good price, a good value for money to get in or not? If you consider all these things what you just mentioned now, that the ETH Foundation is selling, probably is not representing a good value for money because it's done multiple cycles, and then how much more we can squeeze out of these particular asset, then probably the market participants look around and maybe it's going to work in our favor, and then look around like, well, here we go, man. Look at this other asset. It's a copy of Ethereum. It does exactly the same thing. You can build on it. You can do whatever you want with it. And it hasn't even pumped. Fair enough, we don't have an ETF yet. But maybe like the smarter guys, they look at it like, I don't, and then that's why the money is not gonna go in as severely as some people expecting it into Ethereum.
I remember at the end of the last cycle, it was like Vitalik and the Ethereum Foundation. They sold it like at the very top of the market.
Yeah.
It's almost like they made the top.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I'm like, man, if Vitalik ever starts selling again, that's like when I should start selling, because that's probably going to be the top. And like, he just started selling again. I hope this isn't the top.
Did you sell now?
No. I, in my opinion, I think that we've had this kind of white swan event, and then on top of that, like maybe people are selling. Like, okay, we all know that there's going to be September rate cuts, right? So how long are these rate cuts going to last? That's the other factor I want to like present to the guys on this stream. It's like, how many times in a row will the FOMC start reducing interest rates? And is there a sell-off of risk on assets right now to then possibly take out loans that are going to be way cheaper in terms of interest down the line, and then buy those risk on assets at a way cheaper price? That is another argument I would make. But, you know, again, is it just me being cope, or is it a case where, you know, it's that how it normally plays out?
It's a valid point. Valid point for sure. But there's a big risk with the interest rate cuts, because if they cut 0.5%, there's always, it's like a lagging kind of indicator, you know. It's like a plaster, you know, like whatever it's called, you know, when you cut yourself, you got a plaster, and so it's kind of like, is it too late to do it? And if they do it, then it sends the wrong message to the market. Oh, they had to cut severely, so the problem is much more severe than what they were expecting it. You know, I think we are better off with a 0.25% rate cut, and then do another one, you know, like a couple of months down the line, you know, or whatever, gradually. Because if they do that, then they don't want to mess up the normal financial market either, you know. Especially now the election is coming, so I'm sure they're discussing these options that we have to look at as best as possible. Otherwise, you know, the people are not gonna vote for us.
Yeah, I mean that meeting's coming up in 19 days. I think we all know that there's going to be a rate cut then, given how the market reacted to the last one. Last one, they were pissed. I mean, people. Probably market manipulation, to be honest, but there's another one in November, literally days before the election. That's the
next. What else is in about 19 days?
Go on.
The lunar eclipse.
The blood moon.
The blood moon, baby.
The blood moon.
It's actually pretty wild. I made like a small prediction. I just looked at the blood moons. And blood moon just means total lunar eclipse, and I was looking at the lunar eclipses of 2021, and there was 2 right around each major pump, and then right after actually like 2 weeks before the moon, the market started dipping. And so I'm like, about 2 weeks ago, I made a post saying, hey guys, in the next 2 weeks to a month, we might see a big dip. And all of a sudden it started playing out. I was like, hey, that was a pretty good call.
Then you got the lunar eclipse on September 18th, the same time that a big BTC conference is going on over there in Singapore.
So, Briz, does that bottom out 2 weeks before the eclipse? Is that what
out? It tops out before the eclipse, and it just starts going down. So, in my opinion, this is my prediction, is that we're now 2 weeks before the lunar eclipse, we're starting to go down. We're going to bring a lot of fear into the months of September and October. And everyone's going to be so freaking depressed. And then November is where we leave everyone behind.
So you're thinking is we have more pain all the way to November.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, we still have a whole year to go of pain. but I think
some of these guys sell their bags, like that's in my chat right now. They're gonna be
good. Sell them, you weak little pussies. Hey, no one said getting rich was gonna be easy, right?
It never is, man. Never.
But yeah, I think, but I really do think after November is when the markets will actually start turning around, and they'll just probably start trickling upwards. And they say the bulls take the stairs up and the bears take the elevator down. So as it goes up, I say trickling up, people just won't be buying into it because they're going to be like, it's going to go up too slowly for them to be like a confirmation buy, more or less. And so they end up getting left behind. So that's why DCA is so important.
I agree. Well, cool, guys. We've been running about an hour and 5. Yeah. Anybody got last comments? Go ahead, Norbert. You're up.
No, I was just saying as a final thought that Richard is a smart guy. He created a fantastic product, and it's just gonna go naturally. We need him. Don't take me wrong, but because the product is so good, even Hex, look at it. It's 5 years already, or I think 4 or 5 years, and it's working flawlessly. So we're gonna have our time. It's just like I said, there's too much money on the sideline, and people are undecisive.
I agree with that.
My final word would be I really truly believe we have no one has really even talked about this before, but we have a huge market maker in Hex and Pulse Chain. And instead of having them control the markets the way they want it at all times, I believe the market maker wants everything to look organic with the rest of the market.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just got to wait for everything else to kind of like flow, and
yeah, everything's wrecked.
Yeah. So we got the lunar eclipse on the 18th. That's when token 2049. If you know anything about crypto events, usually that's when the price either pumps massively or dumps massively when nobody's next to their bag, so they can't do anything about it. So that'll be going on over in Singapore then. Probably going to dump more than likely the way this market's going.
Could be the bottom, the local bottom.
This has not been an EVM cycle. We haven't seen a lot of money flow through ETH, which means it's not going to go downstream to the rest of the EVMs, Binance, Polygon, Tron. Yeah. Tron's been the only one, but that's not even, that's more Justin Sun. So we're in that same boat. So guys, we're normal. we're actually, when it pumps, we're doing better.
But I would say yet, like with a big emphasis on yet, because if you don't think that ETH's going to run, I don't know. I believe that ETH's going to do 10, 12K probably. I'd be interested to hear.
I agree. I agree 100%.
It's like you look at the BTC ETH ratio and how bad it's done up until this point, but then you look at the 21 run as well. It was the last 6 months that it really the thing almost flipped, and you start to see Ethereum really outperform BTC, and that's typical of a lot of cycles. That's happened many, many times. And then you start to think about, okay, well, any market makers that have ETH or who may be able to manipulate the market and push the price of certain things up, that's a benefit. But yeah, ETH hasn't performed. It hasn't really done that well. It's at 2.5K. We were talking about it at 3.7K a few months ago. So yeah. And someone said, yeah, Solana's done really well. Yeah, Solana pumped because retail started buying meme coins, but Solana never actually got to its all-time high.
Yeah, it did. I mean, K Crypto saying it did a 17x. I mean,
yeah, because
literally you could have bought
FTX.
You could have bought Ink and you'd have got a 17x on the last little pump that we got.
Because of FTX. Because of everything that happened in the bear market, he was a massive investor in Solana. He was one of the VCs behind Solana. FTX was. So when that dumped and he was dumping the crap out of Solana, of course it went down. It got annihilated in the bear market. And then what they've done, VC money's pushed the price up. It's also adopted new things. They've gone after the degen market, and it's worked successfully. And so the meme coins have really popped off. Bonk started it off, and then you've had Dog with Hat. You've had like multiple different meme coins, and people go, "Well, the meme coin cycle is over there. That's where the money is." To me, it's a bit of a distraction. You know,
I'm seeing
BNB
a
is getting
community that likes to reference wieners a lot going after the degen market. So I saw this. You guys launched a
it's only fitting it's on the anal chain, right?
What's that?
I said it's only fitting on the chain named Anal OS.
What is it called? Money Game Coin. You could shill it. Coin.
CoinQuest. Coin.quest. I mean,
Coin.quest. Yeah.
The thing is, we were like, okay, we do need volume, and we're lacking volume. What's it like at 4 million now? We're at like 27, 28 on. I think it's Dex Screener and the other platform, DeFi Llama. But the volume comes with this degen stuff. It's like either you're going to get rug pulled or you're going to do like a 50 to 100x. And most of the time you ain't going to do that 50 to 100x because, bro, I'm watching a token yesterday on Base, right? So I'm tracking these wallets and I'm watching this guy who's a pretty damn good trader on Base. He's got like a very high win rate. He gets into this token. It runs up like crazy market cap. Developer rugged it for 194K. I posted, I couldn't believe it. I watched it live on the chart. I'm like, considering to put some ETH into it. It was a honeypot and he just rugged it, man. So if you don't think it's not happening, like it's crazy out there. It's happening on Pump.fun. 90% of them are getting rugged. They're using bundlers to push the price up because they multi-wallet buy a token, wait for someone to chuck in a bit of Solana in there, like 3-4 Solana, and then rug the shit out of it. It's degen
so
shit.
Fucking broke.
And that's why some of them have gone to Tron. Like they've gone over to Tron, and Tron's shit as well. I don't know if you guys have been playing around on that. This is a piece of crap as well. And Justin Sun's just inflating the price by putting more money in and just tweeting all the time. So, you know, it's degen as shit, man. Like just buy the bomb.
Stefan, you made a really good point. Sorry, Brice, just a quick one. Stefan, you made a really good point because, like, looking at our chain again, look at your product, 9inch and BBC. You know, they're really stable, really good product. Look at Dylan's platform, extremely nicely done. You know, very reliable, works well. Trust me, after a while, people are gonna realize, like. It's like girls, you know, like, oh, look at this one cheating on her husband. It's the same thing, you know. People are gonna see it, you know, that okay, maybe that example, but people are gonna see that, you know, like if they see like rug, you know, like broken chain, you know, like on and off button on it all the time, they're gonna realize like, what about this one, man? The volume's gonna come. We just need bit more positive marketing, you know, like sharing, liking, like I said, guys, and also, you know, sacrifice some of your money and provide liquidity. You know, that's the only way to make it in these things. You know, without liquidity, how are we gonna grow? You know, it's not gonna happen.
I just need Pulse Chain the pump so I can tell Tekashi69 to shut up.
Dude, he's all.
Then again, he doxed Zach XPT within like 30 minutes, so maybe I won't.
Well, Tekashi, like, he knows what he's doing marketing wise, and he just knew how to wind up hexagons. It was so funny, and a lot of guys did their responses, and I thought a lot of the responses were super boomer. But I was like, all right, fair enough, you know, like, you just should have called him a lesbian. He looks like a lesbian, so should have called him a lesbian called Ali.
Good point.
But yeah, like I tried to tag Steve Will Do It because him and Steve Will Do It have had beef, and Steve Will Do It did a video with his baby mama. So like I know that would wind him up. But yeah, Tekashi, man, he's just like a mumble rapper. Don't worry about him. He's broke.
Yeah, it's free marketing, man. That's all I would look at it. It's free marketing. So
it's the best marketing we've had in a while.
I know. Exactly. All right, guys. Well, I gotta hop off. I gotta grab lunch before my next meeting. You guys, any last parting words before we get out?
Still a year away, boys. Still a whole other year. We're only 75% through this cycle.
Yeah,
in other words, two more weeks,
and Christmas will be good. I feel
2 more weeks, but we don't know from which moment it's gonna be 2 more weeks.
Otherwise, the option is, guys, sell And then if you sell, don't watch the streams. Don't go and engage on Twitter. Don't like that's just gonna F up your own head. If you sell, leave. Leave. Like I would not ever. I'd stop streaming. I'd be like, hey guys, I'm out. Like seriously, and you wouldn't hear from me again. Like I'd be off Twitter. I would be off YouTube. I'd go out and work on my next project, on my next investment. I would move on. I would literally move on. And if you sell, just do that.
Could you imagine harassing the XRP community this whole time? Like just wasting
all
your
these years,
time and efforts and energy on XRP sucks.
It's wild to me, man. It's your own. Yeah, you're messed up in the head, man. It's bad for your health. It really is. If you sell and you stick around, like what? And I just don't understand it.
Just everyone sell around about the 10th, the 9th and the 10th. Because I got a DCA then, so.
Dude, I'm about right there with you, Money Gang. That's probably where my next DCA is going to come in. I might wait though, Money Gang. I might wait till this stupid blood moon plays out because Briz and Paul Sachs are
no. You just everybody sells. You need to buy right now. Just go buy. They could sell. Just everybody do your moves. just do your shit.
I think it's going to be volatile shit, you know, especially with rate cuts coming up in September.
It is going to
be. It's pretty much guaranteed. It's like what size rate cut's going to be. Is it going to be 0.25 or is it going to be 50 basis
yeah
points?
It just came in on investing.com that majority of the traders expecting a 0.25% rate cut. That would be better for us, and then do 100 throughout 6 months, you know, just do 25 each time. Market likes stability. They want to know who's going to be the next president. They want to know how much going to be the rate cut, and then, you know, they do this thing.
Yeah, if they start doing 0.5, 0.75, it's gonna instill too much fear.
Everybody likes to reference Paul Volcker and ripping the Band-Aid off back in the early 80s, but it never usually works out very well when you do that. It's not good for the markets.
No, it doesn't show professionalism. You know, like imagine you go to the doctor and the doctor is like, let's just.
Yeah. Especially in the short term. That's for goddamn sure.
When you do waxing, yeah, that's good, but otherwise not.
Guys, have a great effing weekend. Go out and touch grass, right? Spend time with family. Go take a hike, whatever you're passionate about. I'm going to be on the beach hanging out here in Puerto Rico with my family, people who I love, my friends. Yeah, I'll be looking at some crypto stuff, but like literally, guys, get out of it and it might help your mindset. I don't know. And I'll be back on Monday like normal. I see 300 of you guys watching, man. A lot of you guys on Twitter, which those numbers are probably fake, but if you guys are watching on Twitter, come over and like and subscribe on the YouTube channel to help boost my algorithm so I can keep bringing the good word of crypto, the good word of real estate, the good word of wealth creation and preservation throughout this market cycle. And yeah, man, you guys have a good one, and I will see you next week. Peace.
All the best.
All the best. You broke it.